Hello student, this is Yashadari. In this video, we learn about what are the line draw algorithms used in computer graphics and what is a line and how it implemented on a computer graphics and what are the algorithms are there. Basically there are two algorithms are used to draw a line. First one is a DDA. We discuss in this video what is DDA and how it will use to draw a line. Okay, so what is the line? It is nothing but taking the two pixel and make the joining the starting and ending pixel, that is called a line. We need basically a two pixels values, right? So it's a, we can call it as a initial and a final pixel. Okay, so we have the detail of a initial pixel and a final pixel value. So depend on that how we have to calculating using the DDA algorithm, we'll see in the video. Okay, so it is clear to what is a line. Okay, how we are implementing with the through the algorithms, that is a DDA and a Bresenham's. First one we discuss with the a DDA. What is a DDA? It is a digital differential analyzer. Okay, how it helps to draw a line. So we'll start with the next line. So DDA, it's a digital differential analyzer. It's an algorithm. Algorithm means we have some steps to have to follow the steps one by one. So first, what is the step you have to perform or to need to using the line equation? We have to take the initial pixel and the final pixel values while is in the nothing but the address of a x and y coordinates pixels value. Okay, the address of a x and y coordinates value. So first basic question is, question in the sense equation of a line is yi equals to mxi plus of b. This is a line equation. Instead of a b, you can see in some textbooks that is indicating with the c, that indicates a constant value. So this is for an initial value. So calculating the next pixel from the initial to final, we are reaching the final pixel. So we need to increment the y value as well as the x value with a plus 1. So what is the equation of now? yi plus 1 equals to mxi plus 1 of a plus b. This is the second one. So how we have to calculate the slope? Slope is indicated with the m. Variable m is calculated by the delta of y divided by delta of x. What is the delta y and delta x? It is the difference between the y coordinates and the x coordinates. Means instead of delta you can use a dy and dx. Okay, so dx is giving the x2 minus x1 and dy is represented with the y2 minus y1. What is the x2 and x1, x2, y1, y2? It is a initial point of a line, that is indicate as a x1, y1, and a final point line has a given as a x2, y2. Okay, so consider here the whatever the value, whatever the integer we getting, it is in a floating values. If you getting the floating values in a DDA, it takes the a whole number, you can say, or a integer number. Remember this point. Okay, this is how we have to calculating the m, that is a slope. Okay, so there are three conditions in a slope value. We get either m is greater than 1 or you can say it equals to 1. So m is equals to, based on the condition case 1 or a condition 1, when m is less than 1, then how we have to increment the x and y values, we'll see. So for the condition, if we getting the m value is less than 1, then we have to increment the x value as a xi plus 1. Simply you have to add the one digit in a xi values. Okay, so how we have to increment the y values? That is a yi plus 1 equals to yi plus of your slope value. You have to simply add the a slope value in a y coordination. It is applicable only when the condition is a slope is less than 1. Okay. Now, here after getting this pixels incrementing, we have to put the next, or you can use these pixel values to draw the next pixel coordinates values. So, how long you have to continue this one? It will continue until unless we reach the x2 y2 points, means we reach the end point of a line. So we have to stop there. This algorithm has stopped the when we reach into the x2 y2 pixels value. Okay. So next condition is when slope is greater than 1. Then how we have to increment the x value and y values? You have to increment the x value with a xi plus 1 equals to xi plus 1 upon m. Here in this condition we have to dividing the slope by 1 with the where we have to adding that value in a x coordinate. In previous, if m is less than 1, we have to adding the slope value in a y coordinations. Okay. So here y is simply incremented with the or incremented by 1 value. Okay. So it will plot the pixel at the calculated xy coordinates. When we have to stop the algorithm, it will stop when we reach the x2 y2 pixels value. Okay. So come to the third case, that is third condition, when m or slope is equals to 1. Then how we have to increment the x and y value? The simply we have to add 1 on a x and y values, or a x coordinate and y coordinate, simply adding with the 1 digit addition. So same condition is here, you have to repeat it until the end point will reach it. Okay, the algorithm have to stop here. This is how the DDA algorithm will work to draw a line. So with the example, we will see the one example of a DDA line. The question is, draw a line from A 0, 0 and B is given 6, 8 using a DDA line algorithm. Okay, this is important consider to your examination, as well as in some competitive examination we will simply ask the line draw algorithms. What are the line draw algorithms? So remember the algorithm names of a line. Okay, so how we have to solve this one? We just we saw the steps of a DD algorithm. So how we have to implement here? So first pixel, initial pixel we are taking as a. So a is given as a 0, 0, means here 0 is your x coordinate value. It's a nothing but a x1, this is a y1. So whatever the values are there, the indication of a x and y values. So finding a slope, how we have to find the slope? It is given with the equation m equals to delta y divided by delta of x. What is the delta y, delta x? That is the difference between the x2, y2 and y2 minus y1. Okay. So here the equation is m equals to delta of y divided by delta of x. So what is the answer of a delta y and delta x is given as a delta y is 8, delta x is 6. So m equals to what we get? It's a 8 by 6. What is the answer? It's a 1.34 or 33. So what is the which condition it satisfy? It is satisfy the m is greater than 1. Now what is the phase now? We calculate the slope value. Based on the condition, we have to increment the x and y coordinates until we reach the x2, y2 values. That is a 6, 8. So x equals to 6 and y equals to 8. And remember one thing, here it will consider the taking the pixel floating into converting the whole number or a real number. So Now what is the condition? It's m is greater than 1. So how we have to increment the x value? So first step, the increment per second case, right? So what is the condition? How we have to increment the x value? That is a x initial value plus of a 1 upon m, that is a slope, yi plus equals to yi plus 1. So first increment है, it's a first increment, so we are taking xi is a 0. Why? Because we given a having the 0 comma 0 coordinates. 0 nothing but a x1 is 0 and y1 0. So we have to increment the x1, xi plus 1 equals to 0, that is the initial one. 0 plus 1 upon whatever we get the m value, that is 1.33. So yi is increment with the simply 1. Okay. So what we get, the xi plus 1 is value 0.751. Instead of 0.75 we plotting on the graph, we consider it as a 1. That is a whole number or a real number, and yi plus 1 is equal to 1. So if we consider this is a now xi plus 1 value as a 0.751, it is act as a previous to the, means the initial value of a next pixel, means we next pixel value we get the, that is a xi plus 1 equals to xi plus 0. Okay, 0.751. So I hope this is clear. Means we are taking the initial point and the next pixel value. Okay, suppose this is a initial and this is a, so see here, this is the initial point and this is pixel as the final. So in starting I have said the DDA is also known as a incremental. Okay, why is calling this? We finding the initial point or you get the value that given is a 0 0. You have considered this pixel coordinates value is 0 0. We find that this xi plus 1 is 0.751. That means we are taking the next pixel value as a 1. So this is a initial one is now act as a previous to the this next pixel, right? Now this pixel value is act as a previous to the next pixel, so it incrementing one by one. So now it is previous to the this next pixel. It will continue until we reach the final pixel value. That is, for this reason it called as a incremental algorithm. I hope this is clear why we calling a DDA as an incremental algorithm. So now here we continue with the incrementing with x as a xi plus 1 upon m. So whenever the here this is act as a previous to the next pixel, right? So pixel we get the 0.50. Now this is 2.50 is act as a previous to the next pixel, right? Now this is act as a previous to the next pixel. So you have to continue until and unless we reach the end points, means that is a 6 comma 8. Now here we got the equation of a value of a x and y, that is a 6.25 and 8. Okay, so here ignoring the 6.253, instead of this we taking as a 6. Okay, we taking as a 6 and 7, sorry 8. So now need to stop. The algorithm has stopped the processing. Okay, why? Well, we reach the end point value. So this is how we have to draw the graphs for the whatever we get the data. Okay, so here whatever the first pixel, we have to take the line. Okay, so don't go through the point wise. Instead of starting and ending we join that line. This is how the DDA will works. This is how the algorithm we have to proceed to reach the to draw a line. Okay, I hope this is concept is clear for you, and try for the examples more and more, so you can easily remember the concept of a DDA. Thank you.